What's up, everybody? How's it going? I'm like, did I seriously just miss another one of Gail's shows? I freaking swear, man. If I don't miss one, I miss them all, apparently. I'm gonna have to just set a reminder on my freaking phone. I'm sorry, Gail. I don't know how the hell I'm missing these damn shows. I came the day that it wasn't there, and then the day it's supposed to be there, I missed it. Damn it. Oh, man. Anyways, yeah, Speed couldn't make it tonight. Speed's actually in, I think he's in physical therapy from what he told me. So, for those of y'all, most of y'all are here, he got in a bad accident. So now he's going through physical therapy. So I hope that goes okay for him. I've been vaping the Ragnar since... Monday? I think Monday's when I first built this, and you can see it's almost out of juice now. I'm going to, I haven't gave it a fair test, and I'm trying, right now I'm saying, is it as good as the Fatality or something as far as flavor goes? I don't think so. But this is Nilla Nuts on top of another juice. So I'm going to re-wick this thing and put just Nilla Nuts on there. Then I'll know if it's really got good flavor or not. Because I think right now it's being muted out by the juice that was on there the first time. So, and I got plenty of that strawberry juice, which is actually really good. But I need to shake that up some more. You get a big bottle like this, it's a good thing to shake that thing up every once in a while. Just spew juice on me somehow. Wow. Just don't throw it on the floor. Yeah. Oh, speaking of throwing it on the floor. Yeah, I made the big mistake of, I went to take a shower before the show. And I actually took my drink in there. And somehow I knocked my drink over and spilled it all over the bathroom floor. Nice. So I had to make a new drink. You have the Plus V2? Yeah, Will, that's the other one that I thought that I may really like. It's not like, I'm not saying I don't like the tank. I just want to be honest as far as the flavor is concerned. I do enjoy the tank or I wouldn't be vaping the thing. But, yeah, I spilled every bit of my cup. Big car. It was a mess. But, I mean, as far as the clouds go, it's man, it is a cloud chucker. But I want the flavor to equal the clouds. Now, I've tried messing around with the wattages going up and down. It definitely gives me better flavor on the higher wattages. But I'm thinking I just need to, what's up, Timekeeper? I think I just need to re-wick it, start over fresh with just Nilla Nuts on there, and see if I get good flavor off of it that way. Do you have a smaller glass? No, Dolores. It comes with a spare glass, but not a smaller glass. You have the Fatality? Wow. Which Fatality do you have? The original, the M25? There's a couple reasons I like the Fatality a lot. The trilogy, I think, beats it flavor-wise. The original one, yeah. I like the Fatality because of how easy it is to take apart and build on. That's the main, for all these other tanks out there, I think the Fatality's got them beat with that bayonet. You half turn, boom, pop the whole thing off. You can work on your cotton, put it back together. Really, really good design on that bayonet style for the top cap. I really like that. I wish more tanks were made that way. I wish they would all copy that design. Even if they changed the airflow around or something. The dual airflow on the Fatality may have been overkill. It's a lot of airflow that you don't really have to have, depending on what size coils you put in there. But this one, I got the same size coils that I would put in any other tank. So... still a really nice cloud chucker, though. I'm gonna take this thing apart here in a second, and we're just gonna rebuild it. And I don't even have a small bottle. This is Nilla Nuts really well steeped. That's suds on the top. I don't know if y'all can see. That's just little suds on top. Let's see if I can stir it up. There we go. But yeah, that's some really golden, dark Nilla nuts. That's been steeping for a couple months now, I think. So it's definitely ready. That's the good stuff. I tell you, Wally. I mean, it's addictive. I vape it a lot. So yeah, Cassie, I haven't been coughing as much lately. Oh, this is my bottle, Dolores. Munchkin's bottle is at the very bottom. She's done. She's out. She definitely needs to make more juice. We got a lot of flavoring now, so we can actually make a lot more types of juices now. Oh, you got the Drag X. You're liking it. Cool, Gail. Cool. I did not get any more vape mail in. I was trying, what I wanted to do, I was either going to go live or I was going to take the drone out and record and then just upload it to YouTube. I like doing the live thing, but when I do it live and y'all come watch it on YouTube, the video is so jacked up. I mean, it literally, it just can't keep up. Sometimes with a good cell signal, it works out okay, but we're so close to, no, I don't think Munchkin could steal mine, Dave, because mine is a higher milligram than hers. So, there was actually, we're not far from a naval air base, and actually a fighter plane went over the house today. I was like, oh, that's cool. I haven't seen one of those yet. I don't know which one it was, what kind, but it was a really fast one. I'll put it that way. All right. I think the juice level is down low enough where I can turn this upside down and take the build deck off and get to building this thing, because I really want to see if the flavor gets better from changing just the wick out on this thing, because anytime you take, some flavors are okay, you go from one juice to the next one, you can tell it jumps over really easily. You would think with the strawberry cookie that it would switch over, but since that's more of a fruitier type vape and this is a custard, it really don't mix that well. Yeah, it is good, isn't it, Timekeeper? That stuff is good, man. That's why I got a big giant bottle of it. It is actually very good. So let's take this thing apart, put some new wick in there, then refill it with juice. I'm going to go ahead and turn the juice flow off now. Well, first, let me turn it upside down so that way it can drain. Then turn the juice flow off so it traps it all down in the bottom, hopefully. Or in the top, I should say, because it's upside down. But then we're going to lock it down. Yeah, it's good stuff, Dave. It's good stuff. So we're going to pop this off. I'm going to take the build deck out. We're going to see how bad does this get in the period of, 4 days? Because y'all saw me, I built this Monday. It actually does not look bad. Let me get this on the build stand here. This is the build stand Creed sent me. And then I'll show y'all what it looks like. Boom. If I can get it on camera here. There we go. That's actually not that bad. Wow, see? Right there. I just licked my fingers. It tastes like strawberry. So that tells me that I'm not getting the right flavor off of this, because it should taste like Nilla nuts right now. Because I literally had that thing completely full of Nilla nuts, vaped it all the way down, filled it again, vaped it all the way down, and it still tastes like strawberry in there. So that strawberry is damn good. It just is good. Yeah, these wicks did not get that bad off, actually. So I think that's not bad. When you get those, have I used what yet, Dom Long? Yeah, they're very juicy, DeMillan. It never has any problems with wicking or dry hits or anything like that. I give it credit on that for sure. There's no dry hits on this tank here on the Ragnar. So I usually just snip one side off. That way it makes it easier for me to yank out this cotton. Is the Nilla Nuts recipe a secret? No, it is not, Timekeeper. If you feel like you need to give somebody the Nilla Nuts recipe, you go right ahead. Asbestos said, hey, share it around. But you know, e-cig sells that, so I wouldn't want anybody to, I don't think even Bill would want somebody to take it and put it in their shop. What's up, Jazzy? So here's the base cap. It had some juice in there. I'm kind of wiping out the base cap. I'm going to end up washing here's the base cap. I'm going to end up washing all this off anyway, so because that is not Scuba coils. Yeah, these are the coils I actually made. I made these right before the show, so they're definitely Scuba coils. So I need to burn this off so we can clean it. I'm going to clean out the tank. I don't know why I closed that tank off. I'm just going to pour all that juice out because it's contaminated with the strawberry. I want it to be completely fresh. So that's what we're going to do here. I love that you can take this off and just, whoa, that's a little close to the camera. See, that smells like Nilla nuts. They're not black because I haven't put any really sweet juices on here, and once you do that, that's when you end up with the really black coils and stuff. So, all right. Yeah, it's a shame Speed couldn't make it, so y'all gonna have to bear with the silence while I wash this thing out. I'm gonna take this whole tank. Here's the inside, by the way. Not too bad on the inside either. It's got a little bit of caramelization on there, but that's about it. I just don't want to burn my hand. That can be hot. All right, so let's go back to this screen. I'm gonna let that cool off just another second, and then I'm gonna take all this and go clean it, bring it back, re-wick it, put just Nilla nuts on. I'm gonna try my best not to spill this because I'm gonna pour it straight out of this big bottle. But it's a big tank. I mean, can I miss it? Oh yeah, the recipe, the recipe for Nilla nuts. Oh yeah. This is 0.23, Richard. Easiest way to get 0.23 on a dual coil is if you use all Kanthal. Use 26 gauge for your cores, dual core with 36 gauge wrap, also Kanthal, and I do 6 wraps on a 3mm inside diameter. I get 0.23 every time. So that's my preferred vape range. I've went, back when I first started doing all these shows, I was doing ohms all over the place, up and down, up and down. I finally got to this one and decided this is where I want to stay, and I've just been making these coils and vaping this ever since. Unless, I get some coils sent to me or something, then I'll vape that. There you go. There's the recipe for Nilla nuts. Now, the hazelnut's a iffy. The original hazelnut is 2%. I use 2.5% myself. You can go up to what it is okay. When you first start making Nilla nuts, 2% is probably going to be enough for you. If you start getting used to it and you can't really taste the hazelnut, next time you make some, go up to 2.5. I don't recommend going above 3, but yeah, go up to 2.5. It'll give it a little bit more bump on the hazelnut. It's one juice that when you vape it, people think you're eating vanilla cake or vanilla cupcakes. I get that all the time. So it definitely has a nice, pleasant smell to it when you're vaping it. So not only do you get the benefit from it, but people around you get the benefit. So it's like, whoo, 13%. Well, 13% on the vanilla custard for the Capella. It's good, DeMillan. Trust me. That's the main flavor you want to get out of there is the vanilla with just a little bit of kick. Any recipe that's below 20% flavoring is good. If you go over 20%, then I'm thinking you're really pushing it. But yeah. All right, let me wash this off real quick. I'll be right back.
Anything, Valley Love. And a Muggy. And an Indian bear. Oh, we must get away.
Wow, guys, the whole time I was washing that out, I could smell strawberry the whole time. I'm back, Stina. Chill, chill. So this is nice and sparkly clean now, all clean in there. So we're going to put some more cotton on this build deck after I fire it, because I got to get the moisture off of these coils. Let it cool down, then put some wick on there, and see if we can get this. Oh, wrong button. See if we can get this thing tasting like Nilla nuts this time instead of strawberry. Look at that. They still fire up just as beautiful as they were a minute ago. And now that I know I got all the water off there, we can let that cool down and then put some DeMillan, do you use any recipes that have Capella's vanilla custard in there? I mean, it just depends on your preference as far as the vanilla custard goes. I mean, if you do make it, I highly recommend trying it that way first, and then tell me, is it cray-cray after you try it? Because I like it the way it is. I mean, when you're making a giant 500 ml bottle and you're using 13% flavoring, yeah, it uses a lot of flavoring. And that Capella vanilla custard V1 is not cheap. It's not one of the cheaper flavorings you can buy, you know, and you don't want to get a little 30 ml bottle of flavoring on that because it's like, poof. Well, I would say it's overkill. I haven't tried it at a lower percentage, but that's it. That's the original recipe. I'm just going by that. All right, I need to get some cotton. There's one piece, but I need another one, and I don't want to use that stuff, so let's find some more. There's the cotton. Okay, I got to get some Muji. Apparently I've blown through most of the Muji that I had on my desk. Here's the nice Muji, the little small one with all the specks in it. You bought half a gallon. There you go. I mean, on most every other recipe that I make, I don't use anything that uses 13% flavoring, but that one, it just works. Go figure. I know if you base most of the flavors that you make out there off of what their percentages are, and then you look at that one, you're going to go, wow, that's a lot of flavoring. It is, but it works if you compare it to everything else. But, you know, everything's not the same. All right, got a nice chunk of cotton here. Munchkin was making dinner. Okay. So hopefully I can get this to where it does work for my nuts. Thanks, DeMillan. Yeah, you know, I definitely wouldn't recommend, like, if you use Capella V1 and then you go try to make your own recipe of something else, I wouldn't start at 13%. I mean, the whole thing with DIY is about experimenting anyway. So, and I know DeMillan and Wendy both have a lot of recipes on e-liquid recipes. And I think some of the people on the show even sell some of the juice that they make. So, this is the Ragnar RDTA, Pat. I'm just re-wicking it because I wasn't getting the flavor I was expecting out of the Ragnar. Now, granted, it may just be that this doesn't vape that good, but I tend to not want to believe that. It produces way too much vapor, and consider when I went to clean it that it tastes like strawberry. Who sells what? Doesn't that Tam Vapes DeMillan sell one of the juices that she makes? She was talking about some blackberry thing. I thought she sells juice, and I could be wrong. You can correct me for sure. I thought that's what she said. I thought she had some blackberry juice or something that she sells, or it will be for sale or something. I was like, okay, I didn't know. Oh, she has a one-shot line. Well, there you go. That makes sense. That's all I was trying to clear up there. All right, so that's all smoothed out. Now I'm going to rake this thing out. Wacky. Wow, remember Wacky's juice? Man. He was a cool cat. He definitely hooked me up when we were at the vape meet with all them shirts that everybody was wanting one. I'm at the freaking vape convention, and everybody's like texting in their orders and stuff. I'm like, whoa, slow down. That was hard to keep up with because people were sending me PayPals, and I was trying to go, okay, now what size do you want, and which shirt do you want? That was rough. I was like, man, I don't really want to do that anymore, but I didn't mind. He had the shirts for like $10, so people were buying them up like crazy. Hey, Talion, how you doing? So now we're just going to take this cotton and kind of duck. We're going to duck it into the deck. Yeah, we're going to duck it in the deck. That's a new term. I just made that up. All right, we're going to duck it in there. So I'm going to make sure that this thing is not choked off in any way. It's just barely pushed up in there. That actually went in really nicely on that side. Hopefully this side does the same. I'm just kind of back turning this and letting it feed itself down in there. The hard part on this one is going to be getting it wet without completely soaking this mod to death, because all I have is that giant bottle of Nilla Nuts. So you're going to get to see this terrible thing right here, this giant bottle that I'm about to try and pour on here a little bit at a time, hopefully. I just need enough to soak these coils really good and fire it a few times. It works so much better with a smaller bottle, but I can't find my small bottle. Let that soak in a little bit. And then I just kind of hit the fire button until I see it pulling the juice down into the coil. That means the heat's actually sucking that down in there, which is what you want. And getting all this wet, that's going to be the hard part. Filling the tank shouldn't be a big deal. I should be able to hit the tank, I'm hoping. I just want to get the sides of these like molasses. This is a well steeped Nilla Nuts. Hello, Sainty. Did you shorten your name? Oh, I spilled one drop. Man, fire me. What can I say? Oh, well, good. I'm glad you shortened your name. Maybe people won't be like trying to say your whole nickname anymore. Mine's already really short, so it's... for the people that are interested on my Fallout 76 status, I got unbanned yesterday. I'm no longer banned. Yeah, boy. No longer banned. So what I like to do on this is, wow, oh my gosh, that smells amazing right now. I can't even, wow, that smells so good. I like to fire this a few times, especially on a tank, just because I don't want to put this back together and then have that wet sock taste or clean cotton. I should never have been banned in the first place. Her scene, yeah. I mean, you know, I probably did something that I wasn't supposed to do and didn't realize it until it was too late. And it's okay. I got, they gave me what they call my final warning. I'm like, that was my first, okay, it was my first and final warning. But they didn't take anything away from me. They were taking some accounts. You either got permanently banned or you got everything reset all the way back to level 1. And I'm level 320 right now. So being reset to level 1 would have really sucked. And not only were they resetting people back to level 1, they were taking all their weapons away too. That's bad. So now we're going to go ahead and make sure the juice flow is turned off on it. Well, it don't even matter until I get this thing put together. So I'm going to do the cheater method. I'm going to put this tank right on top here until it catches in and unscrew it. That works so well doing it that way, besides dropping the tank. So there's that. You can see the coils, the wick is really well soaked in there. Go ahead and take the bottom and throw the bottom back on here. Really fine threads on this. I mean, it's like smooth threading. That's on. Now we can put this back up here. Let me get out of the way of the camera here. Should be able to see straight down in there and see the coils, which is not focusing worth a darn, but y'all understand? But yeah, Wendy Vapes does a lot of reviews live on YouTube. Y'all should check it out. Pay no attention to her clickbait show titles either. I have not, Jazzy. So, all right, now we're going to take the rest of this and make sure that this is juice locked. It is not. Let's fix that now. Okay, juice flow control is turned off. Just to say I've stopped following Vic and I dislike. You should never mix politics with your YouTube. Yeah, I don't. I try not to even bring up politics, Pat. I mean, sometimes it happens because the leader we have here, honestly, I don't even understand. But, you know, I just don't even like bringing up politics. Let's see if I can fill this up without making too much of a mess here. Whoa, that was close. The bottle slipped. Okay, that's pretty full right there. So now that we got that all filled up, now when I go to open this juice flow, it should drop a lot back out of the tank. And this is not the original drip tip that comes with this. Y'all know the original one was this big old monster right here. 22 millimeter diameter freaking drip tip that it comes with. That's a little too big. Let's go back to the main screen. There's the tank all full. The airflow is already where I want it. The juice flow is going open here right now. You can see the bubbles bubbling up there. Bloop, 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 bloop. And look how the juice level just starts dropping. So now we're going to see if this thing really does vape as good as I'm hoping it's going to with Nilla nuts in there. Not bad, not bad. It has a glass extension, Augie. What extension? I mean, that must be a kit that you can buy because I have not seen the glass extension for the Ragnar yet. But there's the Ragnar. I got it in black. They didn't have black when I tried to buy it. They didn't have black. They only had gunmetal and stainless. So I had to wait, and then I ordered it, and then it took a week and a half before they shipped it out because they didn't have them ready yet. So even though it said in stock, so they finally shipped it, and I got it this past Monday. I almost got some whistling right there. Let me make sure my airflow is turned correctly. That should be good there. This has got good flavor. This is where I'm at on this tank. It's almost, you know how when you restrict your airflow, it tends to bump up the flavor. It almost has so much airflow that it doesn't get the flavor. And the only way to adjust that out, because I have right now, as far as airflow, I have the single slot open with the bottom airflow. Now I could turn the airflow down itself, or I can keep the airflow where it's at because I kind of like the airflow right there, and bump up the wattage. And I think if I bump up the wattage, that's going to bump up the flavor on this thing. Yeah, that strawberry jam cookie is freaking awesome, Dave. Like I said, I mean, I got a 500 ml bottle of it right here. It's that good. If I wasn't vaping vanilla nuts on this, I'd have that in there. And I'm trying to let that steep a little bit. Most of the fruitier vapes, I like to steep just a little bit. Let's go up a little bit on the voltage, which also increases the wattage. So now I'm at 88 watts, which I normally vape this coil at 75. So this is what, 15, 18, no, 13 watts more than I normally vape at. That might get there. Now, honestly, when you first put brand new cotton, you got to give it a little while, but I'm already getting the flavor. Really, really get the thick, dense clouds from this thing. Just overly dense, thick clouds. That's the main reason I like this is it holds a lot of juice. It produces a lot of vapor, and it's got good flavor. And I'm using it on a mod that takes 4 batteries, so and it actually fits on there. So this we must have bacon tomorrow. I know, right? We need some bacon. The clouds are ridiculous. How long do you steep your juice for? Cloud Chucker, are you talking about the strawberry one or the Nilla Nuts? Now, the Nilla Nuts, honestly, I can vape it right off the bat, and it's great. It honestly gets better the longer it steeps. I mean, this is about 2 to 3 months steeped, so that's why it's so dark. Now, honestly, if you have a much lower nicotine level, it's not going to get this dark. This is a 6, so that's what the darkness consists of once it gets really well steeped on that. Yeah, I like it fresh. I like Nilla Nuts fresh, but it honestly it gets a lot better, especially after about 2 weeks. I would say 2 weeks, and it should be really good right there. Anything from 2 weeks on is going to be great. So the best way to do that to where you're going to have some that steeps that long is make more. If you make a 30 ml bottle, you're going to vape the whole thing, and it's not even going to have any time to steep. So make a much bigger bottle. That way, while you're vaping whatever, the fresh part of it, the other stuff could still be steeping, and then boom, when you go to the rest of it, it's already steeped, and it just gets better. Every tank full gets better and better and better. That's the way to do it. Wow, Stina, you was get your drive-through on. Oh, one-on-one has lots of winners. Yeah, I saw a lot on that y'all were talking about, DeMillan. That's one show I didn't miss. I missed Gail's show somehow. I keep forgetting when their show is and all that. I'm really gonna have to set a reminder like every other week. Remind me that their show's coming on and what time it is in America, so I can freaking get. Because I don't get the notification unless it comes on YouTube or something. So is it better than the trilogy? Ooh, J. Jerry. Flavor-wise, I would say no. Because the trilogy, to me, is even better than the Fatality as far as flavor goes. This one has good flavor. I'm not knocking that at all. It really does. It really does have good flavor. I'm getting the vanilla, but very slight hazelnut. And usually on this juice, I can really taste the hazelnut. It's just not coming through now. It may, as the more this cotton breaks in, it may get a little better. But it's honestly got to do with just the pure size of this thing. You're definitely... it's not one of those tanks that you hit and you're like, oh man, I need to hit it about 20 more times before I get my nick fix or whatever. This will take care of that right off the bat. You may not get the flavor as much, but you're definitely going to get your nick fix right off the bat. There's no question. A homogenizer, really? A new steep method. I may have to check that out, DeMillan. Matter of fact, let me click on the link so I have it for later. There we go. That's funny because it looks like a Dremel with a soldering iron attachment on the front of it. Yeah, zero nick, Big Cod. That's the way to go. Per YouTube standards, you know, zero nick. That's the way to do it. Hey, Church, what's up? You know, I'm on the group also, Gail. This is my problem. I don't look at Facebook like everybody else does in the world that checks their Facebook for the news and everything else. I rarely look at Facebook. That's my suck. Yeah, it's a bigger tank. Little less flavor, J. Jerry. I don't want to... Because I'm not going to be the guy that tells you, oh my God, this flavor is so much better than the trilogy or something. And then you get it and you go, Scuba's full of shit. Because it's not. It really is not. It's good, but it's not like the top flavor dog in my category, as far as I'm concerned, in my opinion. There you go, Gail. Just get me on the show, then I'll know when to join. We're having chicken, so the bacon. Well, just wrap the chicken in bacon. There you go. $200 for the homogenizer. Wow. I'm not the kind. You know, if it's a new steep method and it speed steeps it, that's great. But usually I make enough juice to where I am not in a hurry to vape it, so I can get by with the slower steep time instead of spending $200 on a homogenizer. Now, if it's something you need to, it's instant steep. That's even better, but I don't know. Is it worth $200? I guess if you DIY a lot, like a whole lot, and you really want to know what the juice tastes like steeped, then maybe it's worth the purchase. But otherwise, I can wait. I usually just wait. This is getting better. I honestly feel like this would taste better if I could turn the airflow down even more, which I'm going to try to do now. Hopefully I don't burn. I'm going down to no bottom airflow and just the side airflow now. See how that does. Okay. That definitely bumped up the flavor, no question. Let me see if it's too hot though. That's actually right on par. The flavor went up at least 25% just by changing the airflow. Could I stop getting YouTube notifications right now? That would be nice. Thank you. I'm gonna, oops, I just lost my chat. Oh, there it is, show chat. And I gotta get off top chat. I need to make another drink. I am out. I've been out for like 10 minutes now. Oh my goodness. Y'all behave. So, you know, I think that China's definitely bumped back up to where they need to be now as far as starting to push stuff back out. I see Vic is doing a lot more reviews now because he's actually starting to get product in now. Regardless to say this coronavirus has gotten way out of hand here in the U.S., and I really don't understand the whole, you know, if we don't test them, that makes less cases. No, that just means we don't know about as many. So I just think that I knew there, and I've said it before, and I am staying to my game. That,
no politics.
No, I'm not. I'm not doing politics. Well, I'm just saying that the coronavirus, I knew that they were going to start opening stuff too soon, and the virus is going to respread, and I think that's what's happening. And a lot of people just don't like wearing masks, which I understand. You don't want to wear a mask, fine, you know. But if you're going to be in public around other people, then it's kind of almost just a courtesy just to wear a mask then, so you don't spread anything to anybody else or catch anything from anybody else. That's the main thing. Indiana had 1,000. Wow, that's crazy, Big Moose. Yeah, I don't even want to go into it really. What else can I do tonight? I don't even know, because I literally broke the rose, because the rose, I tried to clean it because I was gonna build the rose at the same time I built the not the trilogy, oh my goodness, the Ragnar on Monday, because I did a show on Monday for the people that missed it. I know a lot of y'all don't tune in on Mondays because I don't usually do a show on Monday, but it's when I tried to clean it, this little ceramic bowl right here that sits down in the deck. Let me see if I can get this on camera. A scuba mask. Yeah, I have one, DeMillan. I don't have it in here though. This usually has 2 tabs on the side. You can see where it's kind of broke off. This is not showing up very good, but yeah, they broke off from the sides. And usually you would take your wick and split it off on those sides, and it would pull in the juice. So I figured, well, that broke, no problem. I'll just wick it with more wick and flare it out on the sides, which that would work. But when I took it apart, one of the O-rings decided it's had enough, and it basically stretched out, and then it coiled itself up into a little ball, and I set it on my desk, and the thing disappeared. Even if I found it, it doesn't fit the tank anymore. I'm going to have to get another O-ring to put in there, because without that O-ring, this thing will leak like crazy. And y'all are going to just say, you know, hey, you can't build worth of shit. So here's the build deck without the little ceramic cup in there. And you can see the metal right there. So it still has the metal. So I have to split the wick, it looks like, even if the ceramic cup is missing. But it's not gonna break. You know, it's not gonna kill the thing by having that ceramic piece missing. The main thing is the O-ring that goes around right here at the top is missing now. That little ring piece right there that's cut out, that has to be there. Did it come with extra O-rings? It may have, Big Ka. I'm pretty sure that it did. For me to find that box could be difficult. I'm one of those guys that when I get a new mod, new tank in, whatever, I keep the box. And I have boxes like you wouldn't believe. I have a box, and I've only thrown away a couple just because they were really old or clones or something, and I didn't really need the box. But what I try to do on most of the stuff I get in, I take the mod or tank out. Thank you. And whatever's was in there, I'll keep the spares inside that box. That way I go, okay, this is the spare O-rings for this particular tank or mod or whatever it may be. That way I don't lose stuff, because I lose stuff a lot. So, yeah, see, you got all your boxes also? Yeah, Big Ka, I don't blame you at all. Munchkin collects her boxes, so we have double the boxes now. I have boxes upon boxes in a box. So, oh, that's delicious. She made it perfect. Another thing I saw that I could 3D print, which I've really been considering, I can 3D print it's a juice funnel. And, you can buy lots of funnels online and stuff. Most of them are too big, for putting juice into a really small bottle. The funnel that I saw on Thingiverse was really small, and it looked like it would work really good if I 3D print that thing and just make sure it's all cleaned out and everything, and use it to transfer juice from these big giant bottles to a little bottle that's manageable, because otherwise I'm dealing with spilling a lot of stuff. Wow, is that Mount Baker vapor? Holy moly. Mount Baker Vapor USA Blend Tobacco. Is that that's flavoring? It's not even a juice. That's actual flavoring. Oh my goodness. It can't be that old because it's got the warning on there. Flask funnels? Well, thanks, Darthing. That's a good idea. I didn't think about flask funnel. Buy some wide neck bottles. Yeah, you get your bottles from them and the funnel's included. Nice, Cassie. That's a good idea. It's just something that I can 3D print, Cassie. It literally would take me a couple hours. I could have the printer going. It actually messed up a print the other day, which was the first print it messed up when I was trying to do that, this vape filter thing, which it only printed the bottom. Well, this is the cap that's got that hole with the guy's name in it, which I think is TNO TPR. He's the one that put the design up, but basically you put tissue down in here, and then it comes up and it has a drip tip. So you take a vape and you blow through this and no vapor comes out. So this was just the Invisivape does the same thing, which I don't know where mine is, but if I did, I wouldn't even be making that. I was just printing it for the hell of it. It got halfway up and it knocked itself off of the build plate, and then it just started making a big squiggly stuff all over the build plate, and I stopped it. But that was the first time it's messed up since I calibrated it, which I'm impressed, because usually it takes me forever to get that thing calibrated right. So I'm not even going to mess with it. I'm just going to assume that was a bad print and move on to something else. Yeah, see, you make 500 mils and transfer to a 60 mil bottle. Yeah, Stina, I like doing that. I like doing 500 mils and transferring to like a 120 mil bottle. And that 120 mil will last me usually a week and a half. It just depends on what tank or mod I'm vaping on. Some of these tanks use a lot of juice. This one actually blows through a lot of juice. Yeah, DeMillan, this one had a raft. That's what's weird. I don't know why it knocked it off. I wasn't in here when it knocked it over, so I didn't see what happened when it actually did it. I came in here and just saw that it had been knocked over and was spewing filament all over the place. So I was like, yeah, let me stop that. Every other thing I printed with it, fine. The fox came out really good. That tarantula came out really good. I mean, the first time I printed this fox, I printed it in silver, and the whole top of it was all jacked up, all out of alignment. But this one came out really good all the way down. So the cat did it. You know, it's kind of weird, Dom Long. The cat will not come down here. The cat and the dog don't get along, so the cat usually stays out of the way. When the cat knows that the dog is put up in the room with the door closed, that's when the cat comes out and has her domain of the whole house. And then when the dog comes out, she goes back in the room and don't come out anymore. Speed is okay, Cloud Chucker. Speed is in physical therapy tonight. That's why he didn't make the show tonight. So I know you know that he got an accident. So yeah, Speed is doing physical therapy tonight. Now I don't know what he's having trouble moving or whatever, or it's just required by his work that he goes to physical therapy. It could be a number of things. He didn't elaborate on it. So I just know that's what he said he was doing. Yeah, the spider is pretty cool, Timekeeper. It's posable, which is pretty cool. Yeah, yeah, he was in his big rig. Big Kyle, you didn't see the pictures? Oh my goodness, I ran a slideshow of his accident, and it was crazy how. Let me see if I can add that real quick, so just so y'all can see. Let's see. Image slideshow. Well, it would. Oh, I know what the problem is. I didn't scroll down. Add a directory. Well, I don't know which drive I put it on, but I'm going to try and find it. Hopefully I don't put the wrong pictures up there. He needs to stay away from the Swift driver's rights, Aries. Not there either. How about this drive? I think I named it Speed. Oh, there we go. Aha! Let me see if I can show y'all this here real quick. These are pictures from his actual accident. Oops, not myself. There you go. Yeah, that white truck is what Speed was in. That dump truck, the stuff you see on the ground, is gravel. I think there was 4 cars involved total. Or 4 vehicles, I should say. Yeah, I'm glad that it didn't hit the cab at all. You can see that it basically hit the front end of the rig where the fender is, but as far as the cab goes, yeah, it didn't really do anything. I think it was the dump truck driver that ran a red light that caused this accident. Yeah, Speed's good. He just, he's going through some physical therapy now. He had a lot of bumps and bruises, but nothing broken. No, he wasn't in another accident, John Q. This is the same one. I'm just showing it for the people that didn't catch it. Some of the pictures are sideways. I apologize. It's just the way I got them. There you go. There's the whole side of his motor, relays. I think it's back at the beginning now. Yeah, Speed wasn't even moving when he got hit. He was sitting at the light. You can see him right up to the line right there. So you know he wasn't moving. I mean, you don't normally get in a wreck right at the line, at the stop line, and that's where he's at. So he was sitting still. It's a lot harder to turn over that rig than it is the dump truck or any of the other cars. All right, I think y'all got to see all the pictures there. I just wanted you to see that in case you haven't, because it's like, you know, it was a bad accident. It could have been a lot worse. It could have been a lot worse. So I'm glad he's okay. There we go. What has Aries got going on here? Oh, wow, look at that tire. Yeah. That's very detailed. Aries, you're not supposed to ride on the rim. I'm just kidding. Massive blowout. Oh, you're welcome, Big Ka. I don't mind sharing. It would have been better if Speed could tell you, you know, personally. I'm sure he'll be on again soon. He just had, you know, like I said, he just had physical therapy tonight. And he actually texted me and said, hey, I can't make it. I got physical therapy tonight. And I was like, dude, no worries. You know, go take care of yourself, and we'll catch you some other time. So no problem. My hair is out of control long right now. It is way too long. I really need a haircut. I really don't know. Without a haircut, man, I'm going to have to stop even trying to make my hair go back because it's so long that it's literally just going to fall on my face. Oh, update on the Xbox Live thing. For those that care. You know, Xbox Live, you could either get month-to-month subscription, you could buy a 3-month card, or you could buy a 12-month card for Xbox Live Gold, right? So here recently, I think right after or during the day of my show when I talked about Xbox the last time, Microsoft took the 12-month Xbox Live Gold off of their website. So you can no longer buy a 12-month subscription to Xbox Live Gold, at least on their website. You can, however, still buy the 12-month cards from Walmart or Amazon, stuff like that. But once they're gone, they're gone. So if you do have Xbox Live Gold and you want to extend your subscription, I recommend doing that. I would tell you to wait for Black Friday because you can always get them cheaper, but I don't know if they're going to, I really don't think they're going to last that long. So the most that they'll let you hold or keep on your account is 3 years. So what I did is I subscribed for a year on my account through their system the day before they turned it off. Hey, Ashley, how you doing? Aries let you cut his hair? Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. So I got the 12-month, but it didn't charge me until the 23rd of July, which was yesterday. So once they charged me on the 23rd, I had a year. So it said my subscription was good until July 23rd, 2021, right? I had already purchased 2 12-month cards from Amazon. So once I got that, the 2021, I added I added one more 12-month card, which made it 2022. Then I added another card, which is 2023. So I have 3 years now. July 23rd, 2023 is when it expires. And then I went and bought Game Pass for $1. And when you do that, at least for now, until they decide to change it, it converts your entire 3 years to Game Pass Ultimate. So I can play Xbox games on my console or on the PC now. So I can play PC games, which is pretty cool. And all their first-party games that come out, like Halo Infinite's coming out when they release the new Xbox Series X. And it'll be free to anybody that's got Game Pass. So I don't even have to buy that game. I can just download and play it, which I think is freaking awesome. But there we go. There's your gaming update. A bit too long to be a rat tail. Yeah, if you got it cut, Aries, then, I mean, did she cut it at all, or just... My hair is something serious too long right now. I never let it get this long. Even Patrick went and got his hair cut. I'm probably going to have to find out where he went, because the place I normally go, I don't think they're taking business right now. So... You know, the whole separation. Am I on Twitch? Cloud Chucker, I do have a Twitch account. I've never broadcast on Twitch, though. And I know, you can make money on Twitch, and people like seeing that, and you definitely could stream games on Twitch. I just, what's up, Creed?
Streaming on Twitch so we get some money.
Let Munchkin cut your hair live.
No.
Munchkin already said that she has no business cutting anybody's hair. Yeah, she said she's not good at cutting it.
That's probably why they want me to cut your hair. No. Didn't he just shave it all off? You don't know.
And then he shaved it all off. It's like, oh my God.
Fuck it up. You just shaved it all off. You weren't around. You weren't born yet when I cut Manny's hair. She cried. Yeah, but she cried.
I'd like to make a comment about what I do with that ponytail, but I'll keep it clean. Really, Ashley? I was driving to my girlfriend's house. Yes, Creed, you missed it, man. I was building on the stand you sent me. Really nice stand. I rebuilt the Ragnar. I'm vaping it now to see. And for an update, since you just came in, I like the Ragnar. I do not think it has as good a flavor as the Fatality or the Trilogy. The Trilogy, to me, even has more flavor than the Fatality. The downfall of the Trilogy is if it's not wicked exactly right, it's going to leak juice down into your 510 and you're going to have a mess on your mod. Other than that, though, that's a great tank. I love the Trilogy. But flavor-wise, I'm giving it to the Trilogy. Then the Fatality, and then the Ragnar. The Ragnar, it's got good flavor. It's just not, it's not one of my tops. It's just not. And I even put a smaller drip tip, turned down the airflow to one line right now, but it's definitely bumped it up, but it's not on the same level. It's missing like 20% to be on the same level as like the Fatality. It's not bad by any means. I'm actually starting to get more of the nuances from the flavors. I'm starting to get the hazelnut. Just like I know Aries knows Aries Ram like the back of his hand. So if he was to vape a different tank or RDA and it didn't have good flavor, he'd know it right off the bat because he's vaped so much Aries Ram. He's like, this is not right. I'm missing, I don't taste this or I don't taste that. It's the same way. I've vaped Nilla Nuts so long. I know what it tastes like when it's on a really good RDA or tank. And it's just not there. It's close, but it's just not there. That's the way to do it, Aries. It's like, when you're trying out a new RDA or a new tank or something, use the first juice you need to put in there is a juice you're very familiar with. That way, you get the true, you know, you don't go, okay, well, I'm going to buy a new tank and let me buy a new juice that I've never tried before and put in that tank. Because then you're not going to know if that juice truly tastes like that unless it's a really good tank or RDA. So use a juice that you're familiar with. If it gives you a really good vape, then try your new juice or whatever in there. You know, some tanks or RDAs are really good with fruits. Some are really good with custards, you know, so on and so forth. So it depends. And you would think they're all the same, but they're not. They're not the same by any means. This definitely puts out the clouds, no question. The airflow adjustment on here is on par. I mean, it when you turn it down, you definitely notice the difference because some of the tanks that you use, it'll have like 2 bars and you'll turn it down to 1 and it still seems like the same airflow. This one you can tell right off the bat. Yeah, it's too bad when the tank's not adjustable. You're right, Dolores. If it doesn't have adjustable airflow on there, it's something I'm usually not. I won't lean towards that because I like to be able to have that adjustment. Because depending on the ohm of my coil, I may want more airflow, I may want less. Whichever way I'm going to get the most flavor out of it, that's how I set it up. So if it's something that I'm vaping and I vape it at higher wattages and it's too restrictive, then I open the airflow up and then boom, problem solved. Because sometimes you can't really, you know, you adjust the wattage, but then it's too hot for the amount of airflow that tank has, then you need to build a different type of coil for that particular tank because you're overwatting the tank. It's too much wattage for that particular tank. Some tanks can't. Now, I vape this one I know Aries is going to be like, what? I vaped this at 300 watts Monday. At 300 watts, this is what I would say is hot. Very hot. It will literally burn your tongue or the back of your throat. I know Aries can really vape some high wattages. It's crazy how strong 300 watts. 300 watts is cute. Really, Aries? What are you vaping now? 400, 500 watts? Aries is 300 is cute. That's funny right there. 300 is like 5 watts to me, man. Hey, break out the firebox, Aries. Go for it. 300 watts is very hot, Gail. It really is. No shit. You have 2 aromomizer tanks that are collecting dust. Dolores, I really wouldn't say let them collect dust. Aromomizers are really good for what they are. The whole aromomizer line from SteamCrave, all their designs, which they're the ones that came out with this whole dual airflow / juice flow thing, they came out with that first. So I think that they pretty much got the hang of it right off the bat when they made their very first aromomizer, and then they just stepped it up from there. Every one that they've made. Now the apple that I made, the so-called sour apple, it doesn't matter what nick you put in here, this stuff stays clear. But it's gotten better, but I can't say that I can't say I like this juice. It has the apple flavor, but to me, if y'all are familiar, it has that floral taste to it. Almost like, you know, a bunch of sweet flowers is what I'm getting. I don't like that sweet flower taste. Now, that strawberry cookie is really good. I built it according. Yeah, this is hard candy, Cassie. It's sour apple hard. It's got. I know it comes with. You got to put hard candy in there, sour or apple, and then sour, and then sweetener, and I think that's it. There's like 4 flavorings that go in there, but it's just not. It's not right. I want something that tastes like the juice that Kilo makes, or before Kilo it was called Bazooka. I like the Kilo sour straws. That to me is a really good sour apple. If I can make something similar to that, I'd be happy. 635 watts. There you go, Aries. I want to see you vape it at 635 watts. I don't even want to vape this at 300 right now because I know it may melt any notes with any off notes. Yeah, DeMillan, I'm getting the apple. Now, when I taste it on my finger, it's different than when I vape it, but when I taste it on my finger, I'll try it again. You get the apple right off the bat, and then the aftertaste afterwards, I get kind of a almost a floral, and this has been steeping now for about 3 weeks. So I figured, if it was going to steep and change, it did get better. It definitely was a lot worse when I first made it, but it's still not. You can vape it, don't get me wrong. It's vapable. It's just not what I was looking for, is what I should say. It's not what I was trying to get. Oh yeah, there you go. That off taste is hard candy. Well, maybe I could bump down the hard candy and make this actually taste right. I really don't even care so much about the hard candy aspect as per the apple and the sour. I just want sour apple. It doesn't have to taste like hard candy. 300 plus, his ponytail would fall off. I want to see that streamed right there. I want to see that live. Throw away Flavor West hard candy. DeMillan, I think that is an excellent suggestion. Luckily, we did not buy a big bottle of that hard candy, so if it's the hard candy that's messing up, I'll try to make some more without the hard candy and see if it comes out better. If it does, then bye-bye hard candy. I'll figure out something else. That's the beauty of DIY, man. You can make a juice, and then if you know something's corrupting it, like the hard candy, take that juice out. Make some without it, see if it needs something. If it's needing something, go, you know what, I think it needs this. And then add a little bit of that and start increasing it until you get it where you want it, and you're done. It will come out much better. Yeah, I'll try that, Cassie. I will try it without the hard candy. It very well could be that that's what's making it taste so bad. I don't care for that. I can't explain it, but yeah. Sour apple vapes are tough to make. Yeah, DeMillan, I get that. David is at 40 watts. This is the thing, David. If you're happy at 40 watts, if 40 watts satisfies you, that's where you need to vape at. There is no reason. Like if you see me vaping at 75, 80 watts or Aries vaping at 300 watts, there is no reason to do that. And actually, it's probably worse off for you to do that. So say you normally vape at 40 watts. And then you get another tank and you go, 40 watts ain't cutting it. And you start vaping it at 75 watts or whatever. Then when you try to go back to 40 watts, it's not going to taste as warm or flavorful for you, and you're not going to like it. So if you're happy at 40, stay at 40, man. There's a lot more mods out there, even single battery mods that can handle 40 watts, no problem. The higher the wattages you go, the less mod selection you have on what you can use. A lot of these single battery mods, 80 watts is pushing it. So if you vape at higher than 80, if you don't have a dual battery, you don't expect it. Even if the mod says, oh, I do 100 watts with the single 18650. Yeah, good luck with that. That's just not going to happen. Just ain't going to happen. You know, the Carolina extract nicotine, I got to give it to them, man. You know, I've tried a lot of different nicotines in the past. And, you know, I got my Carolina extract from Jazzy. I think Jazzy couldn't take it because it had too much PG or something in there. But you can definitely tell the quality of the nicotine that you get from Carolina. It costs more. It's pretty much double what Nicotine River charges. But to me, it's worth it just because of how much better and smoother. I won't even say smoother. It gives you more of a hit from the nicotine than any of the other nicotines I've tried. You definitely get that kick to the back of the throat at the same nicotine level. You don't have to bump up your nicotine level to get that same hit from Carolina extract. It's just a pure boom, we got you. You know, it's really good nicotine. So there you go. I did find it. There we go. There's DeMillan. I did find it. You go, girl. Hey, DeMillan, I'll give you full credit. That Carolina extract nicotine, for me, I noticed a difference right off the bat. I really thought I wouldn't be able to tell. And for the people that go, oh, you can't tell the difference between nicotine, bull crap. Bull crap. Because I've made Nilla Nuts with Nicotine River, and I've made Nilla Nuts with Carolina extract. It's almost like at least a 30% difference in the vape I get off the same juice with the same amount of flavoring at the same nic level. I just get that much more of a hit off of it with the Carolina extract. I don't get it. They're both the same milligram. 100 milligram is the pure extract. Well, it's not pure. They got 1,000 milligram, but you don't want to buy any 1,000 milligram unless you got a machine to dispense it. But yeah. You cough nonstop with certain nicks. John Q, I could see that. I have a problem with Wizard Labs nicotine, and I know RS loves it, but Wizard Labs to me has a, and you'll know if you ever vape it and you taste that peppery taste. Some people like that pepper taste that you get from nicotine. I don't like the pepper taste. If you prefer a pepper taste to your juice, get some Wizard Labs, Nick. They're not expensive, and there you go. And your VG, I mean, you can buy VG off Amazon, no problem. You can get PG the same way. So then those are your main three things, you know, your VG, your PG, which PG, honestly, it depends on, I mean, if you like max VG juices, you really don't even have to buy PG because you're getting all your PG from your flavoring anyway. So what you end up with, depending on the amount of flavoring you use for whatever juice, so say you use 15% total flavoring. So you have that 15%, which will be PG, and the other 85% will be VG. There you go. Well, it's technically more. So say you 15% flavoring plus your nic. If your nic is based in PG, which I recommend getting nic in PG, because if you get it in VG, the pure nicotine likes to separate away from the VG really bad. So like if you're one of those people that like to freeze or cool your nicotine, as it sits in there, the nicotine will rise to the top away from the VG. And if you don't shake the ever-living bejesus out of it, when you go to take some off the top, say you use a syringe and you go to take that nicotine right off the top and you're not getting any of the VG that's below it, you're going to have a really strong juice. So I recommend getting it PG just because even when it's cold, it's thinner because it's PG instead of VG, so it's easier to shake and mix up. Highly recommend always shaking your flavoring as per your PG or VG or nicotine. Anything that you have like that, shake it up first. I know you got to be very familiar with any kind of drinks or whatever you make, the separation that occurs after it sits for a while. So if you have any of those flavorings, any of that stuff can separate. Always, always shake that stuff up. Shake it, shake it, shake it. Before you go to make any of your juices, shake it. Shake it up. There it is, Unicron. Shake it. It'll be better in the long run because you're gonna use you use the VG. Yeah. Well, RS, it's okay to use the VG Nick. I just prefer using the PG Nick because it saves me from having to add PG to my juice. Because sometimes if you go really high, say you do use a 90% VG and only 10% PG, it's not going to have that throat hit like it does because it's really low PG. Please what? Oh yeah, you really have to. RS, I agree completely. You do really have to mix it. I don't know if I'd mix it for 2 hours, but you know what? Better safe than sorry. So if you want to mix it for 2 hours, mix it for 2 hours. If you're going to mix that for 2 hours, I highly recommend that you don't mix it like that for 2 hours and then make a 30 ml bottle of juice. Obviously, if you're going to do something like that and take that much time involved into it, you want to make a big bottle of juice, like, a 500 ml bottle right here. And this is that strawberry cookie. Oh my goodness, that's good. But you can see the difference. This is strawberry cookie at 6, and this is Nilla Nuts at 6. So you can see how much darker. Now this may eventually turn that dark, but right now, the Nilla Nuts is at least 2 to 3 months steep. This is about a week and a half to 2 weeks. It could probably use some more. No question. I can only see this getting better. It's already really good. For the people that's already tried it, they seem to like it. I think that's a great recipe that's on e-liquid recipes, so you can make it. I really think it's important that people know how to DIY in case the government screws something up and we're not able to buy nicotine or I really don't think they can touch flavoring. I don't think they're going to be able to touch the flavoring. But if we can't buy nicotine or we can't go in our local vape shop and buy flavors that we're used to, you'll at least have something to fall back on. It's good to have something to get you by, if even only for a little while. Just find a recipe that you like, make that one juice, and you'll probably fall in love with it and be like, you know what? I'm going to always have this juice, so I don't have to worry about being reliant on a vape shop in case they get shut down for the coronavirus or who the heck knows, whatever the government decides to do. But yeah. Yeah, Demon Hunter. Yeah, I mean, in case, for a few countries they've already went that way, so it's kind of they're too far into it. But in the U.S., and I hate the whole copycat syndrome, right? So if they ban something here, they'll start off in one of the really high level states that gets the most public eye, like California or New York, New Jersey. I don't know why New Jersey's in there, but California and New York especially. And then what happens is they see how it affects their state, or they don't even do that. They'll just automatically ban it in their state just because New York did it or California did it. And then overseas, they'll see it happening over here and go, you know what, we should do that too. And then boom, then they enact it over there. At least they have a little bit of warning time, like, okay, well, they're banning all this all over here in the States, so we're over here in the UK, we need to watch out. So if it wasn't all money involved, which it always is, then we wouldn't have all these problems with the vape industry right now. It's always about the money, man. Always about the money. That's good, Creed. I'm glad y'all still got everything. Yeah, the master settlement agreement, timekeeper. That's the big thing. Which, from what I understand, that all ran out this year. Now they're trying to collect on all these bonds that all these states made, and I think the MSA ends this year. So, what happens after that? What happens after these bonds default? Are these states still going to owe these bonds? Are they going to back off of vaping? I don't know. It's going to be interesting in the future to see what happens. I really don't know how it's going to go. I'm hoping it goes in our favor. I really don't want to see anybody ever to have to be pushed back to smoking. That would really suck. Yeah, many states will go bankrupt, but then again, is the government going to sit there and bail them out because they spent the money preemptively, which happens all the freaking time? Spend money you don't have. Yeah, go for it. Spend money you don't even have. They're spending money on the basis thinking that they're going to get that money in. If you usually get the money, I understand. We usually make this much money off cigarettes per year, so we can spend this much. But when you know for a fact that vaping is becoming more and more popular and cigarette smoking is getting less and less, then you need to back off on the spending. If I controlled one of those states, I'd be like, whoa, vaping has went way up, cigarette smoking's went way down. Fagan sent you? All right, Sheboygan. All right. Go back over there and ask him some fuck you questions. And he can do all the giveaways he wants. I'm not doing giveaways, Sheboygan. Smooth transitions. Ha ha ha. Are you talking about geez. Man, what is his name? ST Vapes. ST Vapes. You mean this transition like this? Which is like way better than that one, but okay, whatever. Yeah, there you go. There's a transition for you. Instead of the stupid wave. But hey, say he's got the smoothest transition in vaping. Go for it. Yeah, exactly, Timekeeper. They spent well, Sheboygan, that's good. I'm glad you love all shows. I figured since you were typing in all caps, you were just coming to troll. Usually trolls come in and type in all caps. And I got nothing against Fagan or Mike Vapes or Brian. Me and Brian got along really good at the vape show, and even Heavy Metal. Me and Heavy Metal got along. Even ST Vapes, I got along with him really good. Oh, that's his thing? Okay. I didn't know his thing was always all caps. Okay. But the only one that really just acted like they were too good to talk to me was Mike Vapes. And then again, I saw him at the DC convention, and he was still really quiet. Now, I didn't... Oh, you can't understand much? Okay. Well, I saw Mike at the DC convention and Fagan. Now, honestly, when I saw them, that's when I first started getting sick, which probably I had the corona or something at that point. But neither one of them really wanted to talk to me. Neither did Jay Hayes. I actually spoke with Jay Hayes for about 2 minutes. And what's his girl's name? Becca, Reba, I can't remember. But she was with him also. And I think it was funny because I tried to tell him who I was. He's like, "Oh, I know who you are. You're the guy with the really loud microphone." Bree, thank you, Creed. Bree. I couldn't remember. But yeah, he's like, "Oh yeah, you're the guy with the really loud microphone." I'm like, "Oh, okay. You do know who I am then." And I've tried, I got a regular mic now. Hopefully I'm not too loud. I can turn it down. The problem is when I turn it down, people say they can't hear me. And I'm like, really? I barely turned it down. I have the gain on my microphone all the way at 0. All the way at 0. What's up, Minecrafter? Yeah, Minecrafter played with me for a little while yesterday after I got unbanned. I just been enjoying Game Pass. I really think that Microsoft did a good job by putting Game Pass out there where you can sit there and just download game after game and play it, try new games that you'd never tried before or would try unless it was free. But it is, so there you go. Oh, you like loud. You use the phone most of the time. There you go, Unicron. Well, anyways, I do think the Ragnar is a good tank. I am just not going to. I always try to keep it real with you guys. I mean, and I'm not trying to copy Jay Hayes. I mean, keeping it real because I'm keeping it real. Jay Hayes, as far as I'm concerned, we both buy the products we review. We're similar in that respect, except for that one that he just got, that the Pandora, which he was paid to review. I've never, ever been paid to review anything. I always buy my products. There's very, very few times which I did get the Kelpie RDA and the Kelpie RTA sent to me by Vic and Pro. But every review I do on anything is honest, so. I should try Empyrean Galactic Survival. I will remember that, Timekeeper. I'll try it. Right now I'm playing the Tellus Principle, which I know y'all are gonna be like, what the heck? The Tellus Principle is a lot of puzzles. I like puzzles. I like solving stuff like that. This one's all about problem solving to progress through the map. You literally have to sit there and point lasers at different things to open different doors to be able to progress. You collect these little Siblus thing. I don't know what the heck they call them. You collect these little, it looks like Tetris pieces. And every one you collect then eventually opens another door or something. But let's see if that is the tank, Dolores. I don't know. It's called the Pandora RTA. Yeah, that would be it. The one that Jay Hayes got didn't have any juice flow ports, which I was like, what? I mean, it was a review sample. That's the whole thing. He got 2 tanks, one stainless, one black. The stainless one, I think, is the one that he got that was, stainless. Did not have juice ports. The black one that he got did have juice ports in there. But that's something that should have been caught in quality control before they ever got shipped out. It should have just been caught, but it wasn't. So they sent out something for him to review, and he basically had a sealed tank that had no way of juice getting to the actual wick, so it just dry hit, and he was done. I have not played Assassin's Creed Origins yet, Tetley Man. But yeah, that's the tank, Dolores. Pandora Mouth to Lung. See, I'm kind of interested because, and it is Yacht Vape. I know that I think Vic did a review on it and called it Yat or something. I'm like, really? Because he said, I think Yacht spelled Y-A-U-G-H-T. No, Yacht is Y-A-C-H-T. That is Yacht. Like a big boat, a yacht. Yeah, it was Sheboygan. I when I saw that video, I was like, are you freaking kidding me? I've never had a tank. The only thing I've ever got like that was, I think it was one of the Kelpie RTAs that I got was missing a screw. That's no big deal. It came with spares. I threw the other spare screw in there. Not a big deal. When you're missing the actual juice flow ports, that's a big thing to be missing in a RTA. You can fill it up. It's like an aquarium. That juice that is not going anywhere. It's just a solid. It's like putting a juice bottle on top of a tank with no way to get the juice to the coils. So yeah, that sucked. I saw that and I was like, wow. And he showed it really clear on camera. There was no juice ports. So I mean, what can you do when you review something like that? I still think, to be fair in the review, I would have opened the one that did have juice ports just to give an honest opinion on that, and then still give them bad marks because of the fact that one of them didn't have juice ports. But that's my opinion. I mean, he does his own thing, so he can do it however he wants. Oh my goodness. So the only problem, I mean, the other big problem about this tank is you got to have a mod that will accept a tank that's 35 millimeter. There's not a lot of mods out there that you can put a 35 millimeter tank on that won't overhang. There's a few now. Obviously, the Titan PWM, it fits on top of the G class. It fits on top of the X class. It does not fit on top of the Evdillo, which I really like the Evdillo, but it will not hold a 35 millimeter. It'll hold a 30 millimeter, but 35 is too much. It won't fit. Yeah, I saw that there's another vape rally coming to DC, DeMillan. We may or may not be there. I don't know. In August, my son gets out of the Marines. I do plan on making a trip down there. It depends on whether or not we go down there in August or September. If we go in September, we're probably going to miss the vape rally because I'll be way down in Georgia at that point. I don't know exactly what day my son gets out of the Marines, but I do want to be down there when he gets out. It's been a long time since I've seen him, but yeah, this is his 5th year, I think, Creed. So, yep. He's getting out of the Marines in August. And right now, he's still based in Okinawa. So, once he's about to get out, I think they'll ship him back over to Paris Island. And then from Paris Island, then they cut him loose. Yeah, I know, right, Creed? It's been like, wow. Dolores, from what I've talked to him about, I don't think he's going to re-up on the Marines. He honestly is ready to get back home and get a real job, he says. It's not like he regrets going to the Marines at all. He does not. But I don't think he wants to continue staying in the Marines. Now, our next door neighbor that just moved out is in the Navy, and he's been in the Navy for like 20 years. He's the chief chef up at the naval base. And he just moved. I helped him move some of his stuff a couple of weeks ago, and he's got like every kind of cooking utensil you can think of because he caters also. But yeah, it was like crazy. What did he do for a job in the Marines? Well, Creed, he was in aircraft communications or something like that, and he was going to be an air traffic controller, I think, when he got done. Now, whether or not he pursues that and decides to be an air traffic controller, I don't know. That's completely up to him. He's a smart cookie, so it's like whatever he decides to do, I support him fully, so he'll make up his mind. Yeah, that's a cool thing, Cassie. They let you, when he first goes in the Marines, they have Parents' Day and all that, and you get to come up to Paris Island, and you get to see everything that's going on. It's crazy to see all these Marines marching around, and basically it's dark when they get up and start marching around the base, and you're like out there in the dark trying to take pictures. This is crazy. They're up before the sun comes up. They don't waste no time. But yeah, he's really smart. I don't think he's going to have any problem getting a job when he gets done. I really don't. So he's already got his own car paid for. He's done more stuff than I've done my entire life, and he went in the Marines when he turned 18. I mean, he turned 18, and I think 2 months after that he was at Paris Island. So he literally went straight in the Marines after high school, and his recruiter was there at his graduation. That tells you right there. So when I forgot what I was talking about. Jeez. I literally completely had a brain meltdown. Damn it. What was I talking about? You lost 7 pounds? You walked everywhere. Wow. The thing in Washington. Well, as far as the thing in Washington goes, I want to go again, Creed. We had a great time last time we went to the rally. What he's accomplished. Thank you, Breeze. That's exactly what I was talking about. He already has his own car. It's completely paid for, paid off. He owns stock in I don't know how many companies already. He already has quite a substantial savings account. He is really smart. You would not know it by talking to him. He's very quiet. And you just think he's not really outgoing and stuff, but he's just so quiet, but yet he's really smart, really damn smart. So I give it to him. He's accomplished a lot just from not even being at home, being in the Marines. He's done all this, got all these stock accounts, and then bought a brand new car, and it's paid off already, and he's just. He's got the world at his feet right now. So I hope then when he gets home that he can find something he enjoys doing. I hate, getting a job that you absolutely hate. So hopefully he gets a job he really likes and can stick with it. But yeah, he's a good kid. But yeah, as far as the rally goes, I want to go to the rally. It depends. I know you said Labor Day. It wasn't bad for us. We took the train last time. The train is honestly not that bad of a ride. The hardest part is waiting for the train to get there. And then once you get on the train, it's literally only a couple of hours, and boom, you're in D.C. RS met us there last time we went to D.C. Had a great time. We went out, did the rally. Unfortunately, I was sick. I was coughing like crazy. I'm surprised RS didn't come up with the freaking coronavirus from me coughing. It was bad. But yeah, we filmed a lot of it. I broadcast a lot of it live while I was there. Y'all got to see that. But it was cool, and love to do it again. I want stuff like that to make a difference. It doesn't seem like when we do that, it makes a difference, and I want it to make a difference. The closer it gets to election time, maybe it'll make a difference. Maybe they'll actually notice. With all the protests and stuff, and they notice those, you would think they would notice this, but it may just get blown by. Who knows? I think what my son didn't like the most, from what he's told me, is for those of y'all that don't know, when they put you in the Marines, part of your basic training is they put you in basically a gas chamber, a room with a gas in there, and they give you gas masks, but they make you take them off and breathe in the gas. Most of the people that come running out of there are their noses pouring, they're throwing up. He did not he said he don't ever want to have to do that again. So I don't know. I've never done it before, so I couldn't tell you. But apparently that really sucks. Did not like the gas chamber. I'm out of drink again. Yeah, I got a coin when my son finished his basic training, and also got we bought a flag to have it flown over the Capitol. So that flag, I believe the X has the flag, but that flag was flown over the Capitol the day he graduated and became a Marine. So we got that flag also, which is pretty cool. I have to eat dinner in 13 minutes. That don't mean I need to stop the drinking. What the hell? Yeah, yeah, Church, you've seen videos of that? Yeah. You do agree it's not a fun experience? Yeah, that's Demon Hunter. From what he's told me, he did not enjoy that at all. I mean, I'm sure you wouldn't enjoy it, but he really didn't like the gas chamber thing. He was like, I don't ever want to have to do that again. No. So I mean, we didn't get to see video of him doing it. They do record a lot of stuff and post it on a Facebook page, but never really got to see him on those videos. I wish they would have got it when he came out of the gas chamber, but didn't get that, unfortunately. Ah. Better than the older stuff. A CS gas chamber. I have no idea. See, y'all know more about it than I do. We watched as a few come out. Oh, okay, Gail. See you next week. Wait, you're not doing your show next week, right? It's the week after, right? I'm going to try to mark it on my schedule or my calendar so I don't miss it this damn time, because I miss it every freaking time now. Oh, you'll see me here next. Well, you'll see me here next week, of course. I mean, when you're doing your show, Gail. But yeah, okay. We're having, I think we're having Chicken Creed. I think. Gailey has a show. Exactly, John Q. I think I've seen you in there, so you can't say that. You're not slick. This is not bad. For the Ragnar, I don't even know how to explain it. It's like 80% there, flavor-wise. It's just missing something. And I wish there was a way that I could make this tank shorter or something to get even more flavor out of it. Or make the chimney smaller to really bump up the flavor. I mean, the most I can do is even turn the airflow down even more. There we go. Now there's only 3 holes open. You've never seen Gail's show? Really? The bitch's show? You must watch that, John Q. Woo! Okay, that's definitely stronger. So now I only have, well, if I can turn on my thing here. Now I only have 3 little airflow holes open. You see those 3 holes right there? I'm at 4.5 volts, which is 88 watts. So that's almost too restrictive for this wattage. It's a nice restrictive vape, but it's almost too much. Good night, Cloud Chucker. I hate that I didn't have more for you guys tonight. Literally, it was about rebuilding the Ragnar. Maybe I'll have something else next week. I'll figure something out. I want to see if I can find something to fix that rose where I can do that. Oh, someone ate your biscuits. Well, there you go, Munchkin. It definitely seems like the where's Speed? Creed, I thought maybe you weren't here yet. Speed is in physical therapy tonight. He actually messaged me and said, "Hey, I can't make it tonight. I'm going to be in physical therapy from the wreck that he had." I did post video or a slideshow of the wreck. I'm pretty sure you saw the wreck. So yeah, tonight he's in physical therapy. Well, thanks, Timekeeper. I appreciate that. That's mostly what I've been doing lately is hanging because I don't have money to be going out and buying different tanks and mods and stuff to review for you guys. Hopefully that'll change here in the future. Yeah, so yeah, that's what he's doing, Creed. He's in physical therapy tonight. I'd like to get some more. Yeah, hanging is good. Hanging is good. Wow, Al, you did come pretty late. You came in the last 8 minutes, man. At least you made it. Just a bit late. Just a bit late, you know. Just a bit. Darthing, you got that right. You know, I've noticed that most of the vape scene has gone in waves. We went from basically polyfill junk cartridges over to mouth to lung, and then from mouth to lung we started getting drippers, and we got a big dripper craze for a while there, and then it started moving over to RTAs and then RDTAs, and then the next big thing after that, the temp control came out, and then the pods started showing up, and then the pods just got bigger and bigger and bigger, man, all because of Juul and everything else that was out there. The pods got really big. I think the pod scene is going to start DeMillan, that's coming really soon. After hopefully I got a job lined up, but that's not a definite. But I have to get my car registered here. And in order to get it registered, I got to go buy a windshield and have the car inspected. Once that happens, then I can go work somewhere here locally. Because right now my tag's good until next month, and then it expires. So, and then I got to, once I get a job, then I got to make sure I got to get insurance on it first too. But I'll get all that done all at one fell swoop. It's going to be pods until the PMTA. Darthing, you may have a good point. I'm hoping that the pods die off now and they switch back over. It seems like now after the pod big craze, now they're trying to do mouth to lung again. It's almost like we're doing a circle. They're going to do mouth to lung, and then they're going to start doing drippers again, along with RTAs. After the drippers and the RTAs, then the squonker hit, and the squonk. Oh, well, there's Cassie just said squonk. Yeah, the squonkers hit after that, and I squonked before the top side, before it got really popular, and really enjoyed squonking, and I'm glad that came out, because after that came out, the market blew up with squonkers, and it actually gave me a lot more choices as far as having a regulated squonker instead of the one that I got, which is unregulated. I got more than one, but the first one that I got that was unregulated. But squonkers are great. I mean, they have the best of both worlds. You get the benefits of a tank because you get to hold your juice, and then the same flavor as a dripper because a dripper's what's on top of it. So there you go. You got both things in one thing, which I think squonking is really the best way to go. I can't see, unless they come out with some newfangled way to vape with microwaves or something, which that ain't gonna happen because that produces radiation, so they can't do that. But some other way to heat a coil, or I can't see anything else that's going to make this flavor even more pronounced than it already is. If they can figure out a way to do that, then that will be the next big thing. I don't know if that can happen, but if it does, yeah, there you go. Friggin' lasers, dire thing. Friggin' lasers, man. We need lasers to heat up our coils. There you go. And lasers that don't use much power either. That would be awesome. So really low powered laser with high wattage on the laser beam that heats up your coil quickly. And there you go. You're done. But the Ragnar's a good vape. Is it my favorite? No. But I will continue vaping this. I'm definitely going to see if the coils break in even better on this. Because, well, not the coils. Basically the cotton. After it sits for a while with that one specific juice on there, it kind of caramelizes on the coils. And to me, that's when the flavor gets really good. That's what I'm waiting for on this. But, Aries, don't think of liability, man. We need some freaking lasers. Aries. All right, this is what I'll do. On your mod, you can have a red laser. On mine, I want a blue laser. How about that? There you go. As long as yours has a red laser, I bet you're okay with that, right? I'll get a blue laser, and the green laser would be really good, but the green laser would probably almost blind you. The bad part about lasers, if they hit anything white, it's almost blinding. So if I took my laser, even now that I found out Aries posted a video of me burning my damn hand, thanks Aries. If I pointed that blue laser at like the white paper on a cigarette, it is blinding. It will literally, you look at it and it will blind you. So if it laser beams your coil, fine, but if it laser beams and it hits your cotton and reflects that light back in your eyes, yeah, that could blind you. So I could see that being a problem. Liability is fresh on your mind. There you go. They got purple lasers too, Cassie. 500 views of me burning my hand. Great, Munchkin. Well, I guess if it was more popular, I can't believe people will go to see that, but okay. All right, my drink's done. Dinner's almost done. The showtime is up, and thank you all for coming. I will catch you guys next week at the same bat time, the same bat channel. Otherwise, y'all have a great weekend. Stay safe out there. Keep your distances from people because that virus is still out there, and I don't want anybody dying on my channel and go, why is this person not here? I don't need anybody getting sick. But y'all have a great weekend. Peace out, guys.